You know they're matching?
I put it on this first.
Yeah.
Put this on first, Mike.
I put it on so we would match. So I thought it'd be cute, you know?
Is this gonna be our thing?
No, it's gonna be good. Okay, so this is the first video of the new year. If everything goes well, this should be out on January 1st, 2014. Homebrew Wednesday, episode 1, Uno.
Are we Spanish now?
Well, we've always been a little Spanish.
Both of us?
No, just me. The relevancy is quickly declining of this conversation. Anyway, so Homebrew Wednesday. It's been a long time since I've made videos. A lot has changed. First of all, whole new life, new apartment, new job, new professional designation, new goals, new purpose of the videos. They're no longer just going to be for tastings and for reviews of my homebrews, for store-bought beers, but mainly going to be about homebrewing in general. Everything from tastings to how to brew to tips on brewing to special guests. This is my roommate Yanni. You've seen him in other videos, and he's going to be
I'm a special guest.
He's a special guest. He's a special human being, but someone who would deal with living with all this beer making. I mean, I don't know many people who wouldn't want to, but
It's horrible.
It's
horrible.
It's pretty bad. Eh?
Yeah.
No. But he helps me get through it, through the beer making process, through the brewing adventures, and through the drinking. Yeah. Has our consumption gone up or down since the brewing stuff? I actually don't know the answer to that question.
It's always been fairly consistently high.
It is, eh? Yeah. Always been beer drinkers, but our snobbiness levels, or like what we've been drinking,
That's gone up.
Dramatically, I think. I think there are actually a few beers now that we will not consume anymore. I mean, I think one brand, unfortunately, for like future advertising purposes or whatever this is going to become, I don't think Molson can come in this household anymore.
No.
Like there are some. Okay, well, Molson as a brand name. There are maybe some subs of Molson, some like other names, but actual Molson.
Yeah.
Whether it's export, dry, whatever it is, yeah, our taste buds are a little bit advanced, matured. Our white blood cell count has increased, so we don't want to decrease it by consuming lower products anymore.
I really hope you cut that out.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We want to stay healthy, so that's why we make homebrew. So to kick things off, just going to give a little bit of a background as to what exactly is going on. Behind me, I have the brewing area. There is room for about, what is it we got now? 3,
10.
2, yeah, about 10 to 11 6-gallon carboys and a room for one 3-gallon carboy. So basically, production's pretty crazy. That's the equivalent of, you know, from 50 to 60 gallons at one time. And I can tell you that from here on out, 2014 will be the largest out of all the years that I've been doing this.
It's only going to go up.
It's only going to go up, but it's going to be extreme now. I actually, on the way home today, I decided to do a little mental math in my head to calculate.
You do that all the time.
I know, I'm a big math guy, but today I decided to do it for all the beer that I've brewed until this point. That way, going forward in 2014, we can actually see how in just over 3 years, since I have been brewing since about November 2010, at an exact date because it was a very important time in my life where I decided what I wanted to do, but that's for another Homebrew Wednesday episode. But basically, for the past 3 years, I've brewed a ballpark figure of 425 gallons, which is quite a lot considering that the American household limit for a 4-person household is 200 gallons a year. If I have that correct, comment below if I'm wrong. But I think that's the thing. In Canada, we don't, as of I know, have that kind of limit.
We're going to find out if people see this video.
We'll find out. So anyways, so production's going to skyrocket. You're all going to be me throughout the adventures. Be with me. Scratch that. I'm going to explain what's in each of these in a few episodes down the line. We're going to take it step by step, But today, we are going to do a small tasting, and I'm going to talk to you for probably a couple of minutes about just general tips of extract brewing and the do's and don'ts of what I've learned in the past. So what I have here is actually an extract brew. That's the point of me going into those kind of details after, but the funny thing is, this is probably the only extract brew that I'm ever going to review on this channel. It's the only bottle that I have now. Soon I will start bottling again. As for now, I pretty much keg everything, and we've drank them all dry, so there's really nothing to drink at this point except this. It is an Abbey Belgian Ale that I decided to twerk a little bit from the kit because I do not make kits basic anymore. So let's give this a pour.
Generally don't do basic beers anymore.
No, I've really taken kind of like a pause from that and just kind of concentrated on the extreme. It's got a nice head. We poured this a little while back, and I don't have the focus quite right on the camera yet, but basically it's very dark, not black. Hold it up to the light. Well, this is actually, it's pretty damn dark. But I mean, if we're holding the glass, you might not see through the brown bottle, but this is a lot darker than I originally thought it'd be.
Pretty sure it's darker than last time I poured it too.
Yeah, no, I would definitely agree. I'm not exactly sure off the top of my head the brand name of this extract kit. I'll get all that details and post it in the description below, because I know you'll all want to know what it is. But basically, I have two general rules of thumb for extract brewing. One, always steep grains before adding the extract to add flavor and to add a little character to the beer. Second, never ever use table sugar or dextrose. I don't understand why, if you basically have a kit of extract, the only thing you have to add is that sugar and yeast, right? Why would you add plain table sugar to the beer when you could add any form of sugar to add a much more fun and unique character? If you're just starting off and you want to get used to the entire process, by all means, just do the kit the way it's supposed to be done. But as soon as you get that creative spark, which all of us get very fast, I mean, I have this guy working 24/7 trying to come up with all sorts of crazy shit because I'm not tapped out, pun intended, but I definitely have reached a point where I'm way more into like the really creative brewing process ideas more than the actual ingredients that get added in. I like to plan out how I'm going to infuse them, introduce them to the beer, when, how am I going to serve the beer, how carbonated am I going to make it. But lately I've been in like I don't know, I've been asking everyone we know to come up with like the actual ideas, because
there's like a full page of ideas,
huge list, and it just never ever, it just gets bigger. Honestly, there was no list, now there's a list, even though the beer production and consumption has gone up a shit ton. Anyways, let's give this a smell. Fine. No, cheers before we drink.
Yeah. Why would we do otherwise? Smells sweet.
Smells sweet. And that's one thing that Yanni and I have been talking about, and one reason, again, I don't think I'm going to be doing another extract review, is just because once you've gone through the process, once you've made all grain, once you've been drinking a lot of these more complicated, more procedure-driven recipes, grain bills, I can smell extract no matter what I do now.
Yeah, there's cherry in there too.
You get the cherry. Yeah, that's because the reason I've been talking about table sugar versus different kinds of dextrose, sucrose, maltose, whatever you want to add, is because in this kit, even though it called for corn sugar, I added cherry syrup. So that's what gave it that kind of, and it did come through a little bit. Now stronger than last time. We have tasted this before. A little flatter last time, wasn't completely ready to be consumed. Like I said, it's a Trappist Belgian brown ale, and I'm really going to get the name of that kit. It's escaping me at the moment. But basically, 1.5 kilograms, I believe, for 3 gallons. Give about a 6% beer. My gravity readings show that was quite accurate. Besides that, I get a small amount of licorice. I know neither of us like that, but it's not the black licorice. It's like the sweet licorice.
Oh, the red one.
The red.
Yeah,
You get that?
yeah, I
like
can
it's
see
just, yeah. I don't know if it's just because it's kind of got a candy flavor to it, but besides that, the sweetness is the predominant thing. So let's give it a taste.
It actually reminds me of another beer that you made.
Yeah.
The first Momol.
The first Beaumont. I had made previously another Belgian candy ale. Was all grain.
Yeah.
The first one was not all grain.
Yeah, this is what.
Okay, so right, because of the kid.
Yeah.
Well, kid. Yeah.
Yeah, he's talking.
Anyways. Okay. Well, you might have just experienced a severe decrease in picture quality. I'll have that sorted out in a jiffy. It's just for the remainder of this video while we go through the tastings and again I explain about the extract and my tips. Not much left. Just again, happy beer on first Homebrew Wednesday episode that I've made and first episode of the year. So any like overall I don't know, I find it very clean. Like once it's done, there's like a twang kind of, like you get a.
Kind of lingers for like, I don't know, 5 seconds.
There's a bitterness though to it, eh?
I don't pick up on
You don't any bitterness? Like you don't taste hop in the aftertaste?
Not really.
All that's left on my tongue is a bitter. What's left for you there?
Sweetness. Like if I do the sweetness.
Yeah, I know, but it's just on your palate without tasting. Like nothing. Oh, but your taste buds are fucked anyway, so.
A little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, no, so the cherry really came through, which is kind of fun because it was just a cherry extract. Like you go to the grocery store, already a liquid syrup, thick, kind of like a nectar. I added it was a 1 liter bottle, I added about 500 milliliters. I think, if I remember correctly, the sugar ratio for that was 48 grams per 50 milliliters. So it was quite a bit. Like if you just time that means I added about 500 grams of sugar through cherry extract. So it's quite a bit. And that's about a pound. A little bit less than the recipe probably called for, since usually extract kits are about 500 grams of dextrose, give or take. But I mean, it came out well. It still hit its 6% mark. And it's very smooth. It's easy drinking. I mean, this is probably going to be, because I have about 30, 40 bottles of it, going to be the drinking for the next couple of homebrews until a bunch of other shit that I'm working on gets bottled. The next thing that has to go into the bottle, into the kegs per se, is actually an oatmeal stout, which is just your average oatmeal stout. Personally, I use Scottish ale yeast to make my really nice stouts, just because I find that the level of sweetness that it leaves, at least what we've done in the past, has been really successful. I made some of my best stouts with Scotch ale yeast. Actually, my third or fourth extract brew was an Imperial Russian Stout with espresso, used Scottish ale yeast, won me a gold medal in my second homebrew competition. So very successful yeast. I'll get you the name. I know for sure that it's not White Labs. It's a liquid ale yeast, but it's not White Labs. And I'll get you the actual number. I think it's 1328, if I remember correctly off the top of my head. But again, I'll write that in the description below just to get you that. I don't have any other comments on this brew.
Yeah.
I mean, if I had to give it a quick rating on 5, I just give it a 3.5 maybe.
Yeah.
For the style, I mean, it's a nice brown, I find, out of anything. Not so much Abbey, but it's not a very flavorful brown. Like it's not got enough body.
Yeah, it's light.
It's thinner. Well, it's not light in alcohol. It's light in body.
Yeah.
We're both people fans of like more thick, textureful beers of the darker variety. Like I think once we get into, Belgians, browns, stouts, the thinner body can take away, unless it's a triple or something. So, anyways, on the whole, that's about it. Again, welcome to the Beer Addicted channel. Something that I want to get across as a clear point just before leaving with you guys is that a lot of you have been followers for a while now, since I started making my first homebrew tasting review videos. Beer Addict Ed, Beer Addicted, is a pun a play on words that I came up with to really sponsor the idea of beer addict education, in the sense that everyone who's obsessed with homebrewing, who's obsessed with beer, who is at work even on a Wednesday thinking, what am I going to drink this weekend? It's a point to get across about more knowledge of beer brewing, beer drinking, the beer industry, just, what, even from anything from what glass you should be drinking out of, to what the different flavors you're picking up on, to the nose, to the color, to the aroma, to the overall, like how to taste properly, just absolutely everything. Yes, this is our guest, Locke. He's a lap cat. He's a cuddly, affectionate kitty. We're cat people. Get used to it.
I'm an animal person.
You're an animal person. I'm just an animal. Maybe not. Anyways.
That's not why there was silence.
That was why there was silence. The point is, happy Homebrew Wednesday, and cheers to 2014. Many more episodes to come. The next ones will have topics. I really just wanted to get that out there, say hi, say I'm back, and start right away with your comments. What do you want to see? I want a bunch of ideas. What are other homebrew videos not doing that you want done? I'm your man, Beer Addicted. Subscribe, invite your friends, and this year, all my new recipes that are going to get done are going to go up on the channel, going to give you guys a chance to fool around with some perfected, some very experimental recipes. Again, lots to come. Probably can't do it all now, but, we'll get there. Cheers.
Block's why this video is going to get views.
Yo, it might be.
I'm not even kidding. They're going to be like cat on shoulders.